Now at 6, the legal battles over the deployment of the National Guard in Portland continue with new information on the 9 National Guard troops that were briefly deployed to Portland's ICE facility earlier this month, a move that appears to be in direct violation of a judge's order.
And later this hour, we have more details on the $5 million Oregon Governor Tina Kotek is allocating from the state's food bank network to support people who may be losing their SNAP benefits next month.
And we are live in Ridgefield this morning, checking out this spooky Halloween display. We have more on all the scary decorations and whatever that is. You can see trick-or-treating tomorrow coming up as your news at sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Thursday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Corey Johnson in for Drew Carney today. Let's send things over to Rod with your forecast.
Hi, good morning. We are all dry this morning. Yesterday, it was in the 6 o'clock hour that we started to pick up some pretty good fog, but we're seeing an increase of east wind slowly coming out of the gorge this morning. So I wouldn't think fog would be a big deal because the wind would prohibit that. Right now, we're kind of partly cloudy to mainly clear. It's mainly clear up over the Cascades. 43 up in the high country, one of our Timberline cameras. Here's the perfect visibility along the Columbia River from the Vancouver at the Springs waterfront cam. So again, there's I-5, good visibility, 37 degrees. It's chilly outside in calm wind areas. So to the bus stop we go. We'll say about 40 on average. Sun up this morning, 7:48. We have passing cloudiness today, so kind of a partly sunny day expected, 53 at noon. Be about 58 when the kids get out of school later today. I will share with you really quick, it is looking increasingly likely that we have rain tomorrow evening for Halloween. That complete forecast is coming up. For now, back to you.
All right, thank you, Rod. Hey, Chris McGinnis is gone today, so I'll be doing your traffic, so we'll see how that goes. A quick traffic alert for you, though, today. ODOT says it'll have what are called rolling slowdowns as crews do some work on the roadways. So starting as early as 7 and until 2 in the afternoon, you can expect slowdowns and lane closures on sections of I-5, I-405, I-84, and I-205. That's for scheduled graffiti cleanup. Meanwhile, on Highway 217 in Beaverton, crews will be performing emergency pothole repairs, so check tripcheck.com for those latest slowdowns.
Well, the state of Oregon and the Trump administration are once again squaring off in federal court. Oregon pushing to turn a temporary restraining order which blocks the deployment of troops into something more permanent.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Portland. So, Thomas, what have we learned so far?
Yeah, well, guys, in day one of the trial, the most startling revelation here is that 9 National Guard troops were actually deployed outside the ICE facility one afternoon and evening after the judge in this case ordered a temporary restraining order blocking any deployment of troops. Judge Karen Emmerget told the Trump administration at the trial yesterday that they will discuss later whether that's contempt. The courtroom was packed as Oregon, California, and the city of Portland take on the Trump administration. The trial began with Portland police taking the stand, testifying they have control of the situation outside the ICE facility in South Portland. For months, a small group of protesters have gathered outside the building, occasionally clashing with federal officers. Oregon, California, and Portland argue the Trump administration is overstepping its authority by deploying National Guard troops.
This is a systematic attempt by the president to really attack pillars of our democracy.
The feds argue the president has the right to deploy federalized troops, saying federal officers at the ICE facility are stretched thin and need help protecting the building. The state of Oregon is seeking a permanent injunction to block the troop deployment fully. Legal experts also tell us that this case has broad legal implications over state sovereignty as well as presidential powers. Regardless of the decision in this 3-day trial, guys, it is expected to be appealed. Corey, China.
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. And while the courts grapple with whether sending troops down here is justified, last night's protesters once again leaned into what makes Portland weird by holding a dance party outside the ICE building.
This morning, police say after monitoring the ICE building last night, they did not see any disruptive behavior and that no new arrests were made. KGW's Alma McCarty was there last night and brings us the latest.
While a DJ sets up speakers outside Portland's ICE facility.
Liberty, freedom, a government that serves the people, not a people that are subservient to the government.
Vincent Hawkins assembles small American flags to hand out to the small crowd.
It feels like democracy itself is under threat. It really is.
It's what's driven him to keep coming back here week after week.
This is a stage. We know it. The guys in uniform up on the roof know that this is a stage. They're trying to produce propaganda. They're trying to produce content that says Portland's full of criminals.
To combat that narrative,
The bravest form of whimsy you'll ever see.
I know it sounds cliche, but love does always win.
Wednesday's crew, neither large nor violent, certainly showed passion. From the inflatable costumes, a new protest staple, to an appearance by a llama.
And 99% of the time down here, it is still whimsical and fun. And that's what we're about, is community and connecting, because through that we can, become more resilient.
That was incredible!
Dance protests, the idea to dance, to show feelings, to represent a cause, that is not new at all. It is global. It seeps into every culture across ages. And it's beautiful.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
The family and friends of a Hillsborough man detained earlier this month by federal agents are demanding his release. Victor Cruz was detained by authorities, even though, according to his family, he had the paperwork proving that he could legally live and work in the country. Family members say agents were searching for a different individual with the same name, someone who reportedly had a criminal record.
This administration is working hard to divide us, painting immigrants as animals, lying and saying they're only detaining criminals, but we have seen that's not true.
So many people have green cards and have been in America for years. They are sad and they don't understand. They are not criminals.
Cruz is currently being held in Tacoma. We reached out to Homeland Security, but they did not clarify why Cruz was detained.
A statue of Abraham Lincoln that stood in Portland for nearly a century before being torn down is now set to return. The statue stood on the South Park blocks from 1927 until protesters toppled it in October 2020. Now, after a year of restoration work, it's now scheduled to be reinstalled early next year.
These monuments mean different things to different community members, and above all, what folks really want is more conversation and engagement with history.
The statues of Theodore Roosevelt and George Washington will also be restored beginning in early 2026. The Lincoln statue will have some new signage providing more context about the 16th president's role in American history.
It is time to get spooky. Turn back if you can. This morning we're at the Holiday House on 3rd and Ridgefield to check out their amazing Halloween display, complete with a hand-built farmhouse and customized props. It looks scary, it sounds scary. I'm not there, but I'm sure it feels scary. But if you want to check out the house for yourself, we have the address right here on your screen. And they have lights on each night starting at 6 p.m. until midnight. If you want even more of the house, they go big for Christmas as well. You can follow them on social media at the Holiday House on 3rd.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for that Halloween candy. I cannot wait. And seeing that house makes me so excited to I'm not going to trick or treat this year, obviously, but I'll have candy laid out for kids.
Well, hold on. Did you trick or treat last year? You make it sound like this is a new revelation.
I may have. I may have. Corey? I'm a big kid. I'm my mother's kid. That's okay, right?
For the candy. It's all for the candy.
For the record, I am judging. Right. Here's our Futurecast movie. Well, all week we've been showing you this rain ban, and generally this model has been showing the heavier rain staying out of the valley until after the trick-or-treat hours. And I've been saying, well, we could get some light rain out ahead of that. But now this morning, well, now Futurecast shows that we will be in the main heavy rain band. So if this is correct, this is 6 o'clock, this is 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, and it would be a steady rain, including moderate rain rates, even some heavier rain coming down at times. So that is the update for your Halloween. All right, temperatures would be in the 50s tomorrow evening with the raindrops. Right now, we are still mainly clear. We're awaiting some passing high cloudiness, but the forecast is completely dry today. Chilly start, more than not, 37 down in Salem. Great visibility over downtown Portland. We're at 42. East winds are starting to blow out of the Columbia River Gorge. Sorry for the blackout on the monitor there. Temperatures upper 50s to about 60 here on the west side, only about 50 in Bend, and then up into the 50s out east. Everybody will see a passing shot of cloudiness, but no moisture. This is mid to high level cloudiness coming across our skies today. Portland could get up to 60. We did that yesterday. The dry morning tomorrow, which we've had all week, and then the rain coming in later in the day into the evening. And that rain is solid all the way through Saturday morning. Pretty good shot of it. And then that breaks into showers at some point Saturday afternoon. Sunday still looks like a day with a lot of dry time, but with a passing scattered shower potential. And then once rain picks up Monday afternoon, right now it looks pretty wet. Monday afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday, and also that following Thursday. Hey, we did it yesterday on Sunrise, and then we recorded about a 15-minute segment later in the day on my winter outlook that really gets into details and explanation. And that is now up on all of our KGW platforms, Rod Hill's Winter Outlook YouTube page, KGW.com, our Streaming Plus channel as well. And if you just Google Rod Hill's Winter Outlook, it'll pop you someplace where you can find it. And that's my update for now.
What a legend.